now. All right, so this is a quick tutorial on how to edit the GOBO images. So we're going to be creating our templates today, and then you're capturing your images, and then you'll be submitting 2 images into Photoshop. Okay, so we are opened up the image in Photoshop. You should all know how to do this at this point, but just in case, File, Open, or you can hit Command O to open your image from your SD card, which is right there. So there's the image that we are working on. Okay, so yesterday we kind of explored what the different lenses would do in regards to the quality of that bokeh behind our subject. So you can feel free to use anything in the room as your subject, as long as it's kind of small though, right? Here we have an old vintage camera, and then we have kind of the star shapes that are being created with the GOBO. All right, so step 1 in Photoshop is always what? Try that again. Command J. Create a duplicate copy. You're all right. Okay. So this is the image you're going to be working on. So the first thing I'm going to do is this looks a little bit like it's askew, right? So let's we're going to crop this down and straighten it out. So for this project, we're going to be submitting a 4x6. So actually it'd be 6. Nope. Tab 4. Yep. 6 tab 4 resolution 300. If you don't see these 3 fields, this is this drop down box. Make sure you're on width times height times resolution. Sometimes it'll look like this, and that's not correct. So make sure you're on this one. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to rotate it a little bit. Since this image was taken with a cropped sensor with your camera, it's already going to be in that 4:6 aspect ratio, but in reality, it's a 24 by 36 inch poster. See those posters in the back of the room? That's how big the image is when you shoot it on the camera. So we are making it a much more manageable size by bringing it down to 4:6. It's the same aspect ratio. That's a term you heard in Photo 1, right? Okay, so then you're going to watermark it with either or your signature watermark or the one that you created, your logo watermark. Either one is fine. You should have a PNG copy of it somewhere. For the sake of time, I'm just going to use my the signature one that we created in class. Don't know why that's like that. If this happens to you where there are no brushes in here, all you have to do is reset tool. Let's see, that should fix it. Nope, there it is. All right, so there we go for signature. What I want you to do is I want you to actually use a color from the image, okay? So you're going to click on the foreground color here. It's going to bring up your color picker tool. My favorite color is blue, so I'm going to grab one of these nice blues. That looks like a good one there. Click OK. I'm going to create a new layer with the dog ear here, and I'm going to sign my image. I don't want it to be that big. Using the bracket key, I'm just going to make it a little smaller. I'm just going to go right down here in the corner, and there it is. So it kind of really blends in. So to make it pop, I'm going to click over here in this gray area, bring up my Layer Styles dialog box, go down here to Drop Shadows. And when I click on it, it actually brings up the drop shadow options right here. I'm going to change that to white. You'll probably want to do the same. You don't have to do the drop shadow if you don't want to, but if you want to add that extra visibility of it, you can do that. Or we can do green. Let's see what green looks like. Let's go back a few steps here. Switch our colors over. I kind of like the green a little better. Good. Add that white drop shadow. Good. All right, so that's the first image. You're going to save this as a JPEG. So Command S. Bring up your save a dialog box. And this is going to be, and I want you to label them the same, okay? BO CA bokeh underscore and then your last name. Good. You're going to save this as a JPEG. I recommend you put it on your thumb drive. I'm going to put it on my desktop. And then click Save. So that's going to be the first image that you turn in. Make sure it's JPEG quality 12. The second one, what I want you to do is I want you to have a little fun here, okay? So go to that same layer. I want you to hit Command U, bring up your Hue and Saturation dialog box. And then I want you to mess with the hue and see what happens when you change the colors. You get a completely different product. Ooh, fun, right? do you guys think? That one? Right there. Okay. You can even play with the saturation a little bit if you want to make them pop a little more. Mess with these sliders a little bit, see what they do. But mainly hue is the one I want you to do. So I want you to turn a second version of the image. And at this point, all you're going to do is hit File, Save As. GOBO _ I think I said wrong last time. Should be bokeh. Yeah, I'm sorry. It should be GOBO. Sorry, GOBO. I correct myself. GOBO _ last name. This will be my version 2 JPEG. Quality 12. Well, I think I put it back on the card. So there's our first one. So here's the key things you're looking for your final grade here, okay? I'm looking for an in-focus image. If I can't read the fine detail right here, it's out of focus, okay? So keep trying until you get that part right, and I'm looking for a distinguishable shape. So you're going to be turning in a total of 4 images, right? Because you should be creating 2 GOBOs, one simplified, one simple shape one, then one experimental one, okay? So you're turning in 4 images into Google Classroom. Any questions? I'm going to put this as a resource in there right now where you're going to be submitting them. So you'll be able to do that. Yes, question? It is due at the end of class tomorrow. So I'm going to give you time today and probably about half a class tomorrow, and then we're going to move on to something else tomorrow. Okay? So be on task, because taking the photos is not going to take you very long, and the editing is not going to take you very long. Cool? All right, so let me stop this video.